The challenge is to practice politics as the art of making what appears to be impossible, possible. The challenges of change are always hard. It is important that we begin to unpack those challenges that confront this nation and realize that we each have a role that requires us to change and become more responsible for shaping our own future. The safe haven that Al-Qaeda has found in Pakistan is very troubling. Of course, parents are the most important people in a child's life. It is hard sometimes to get the Congress to do what you want to do, and you have to keep working at it. Sometimes, opening up your eyes and realizing what you have, no matter how little you think, helps you find yourself. Too many women in too many countries speak the same language, of silence. Despite our best efforts and our highest hopes, America's long struggle with race is far from finished. There is no formula that I'm aware of for being a successful or fulfilled woman today. There's no doubt that I respect the Second Amendment, that I also believe there's an individual right to bear arms. That is not in conflict with sensible, common-sense regulation. There hasn't been anybody whose life has been picked apart and distorted as much as mine. There's nothing wrong with knowing what you want and going after it. There's no such thing as other people's children. No one has ever abandoned a belief because he was forced to do so. There is no doubt that the increasing numbers of women in the economy has helped fuel significant growth everywhere, and economies that are making the shift more effectively and rapidly are dramatically outperforming those that have not. There cannot be true democracy unless all citizens are able to participate fully in the lives of their country. It does not matter what country we live in, who our leaders are, or even who we are. Because we are human, we therefore have rights. And because we have rights, governments are bound to protect them. The money has to go to the federal government because the federal government will spend that money better than the private sector will spend it. For all the injustices in our past and our present, we have to believe that in the free exchange of ideas, justice will prevail over injustice, tolerance over intolerance, and progress over reaction. Wall Street can never be allowed to threaten Main Street again. No bank can be too big to fail, no executive too powerful to jail. Women are the largest untapped reservoir of talent in the world. Wealthy women have rights in every country, and poor women don't. Women offer unique contributions to making and keeping peace, and that those contributions lead to better outcomes not just for women, but for entire societies. Women are always being tested. But ultimately, each of us has to define who we are individually and then do the very best job we can to grow into it. There's the continuing challenges of racism, of sexism, of discrimination against the LGBT community, of the way that we treat people as opposed to how we want to be treated. I'm not going to have some reporters pawing through our papers. We are the president. You know, I'm going to start thanking the woman who cleans the restroom in the building I work in. I'm going to start thinking of her as a human being. Acting alone, minorities can never achieve the majorities necessary for political change.